Good day once again. It's so nice to have this telecast, again today. And sincerely, there are a whole lot of things that are needed to be done for this country to move ahead. And that should be what all of us should think on at the moment. We have only one nation, Nigeria. And in all aspects of our reasoning and decisioning, we must be able to project towards how the nation that we have can regain our status. We are nowhere to be found. At the moment, the hardship is so very intense. Our world is derailing. Our daily activities are getting obscured. We have nowhere other than this nation to go. Many people have gone out. Yes, I'm not faulting anyone for going out. And sincerely, if I'm privileged as well, I will still move out. But the point is this is our nation. And our nation must be well kept. Because irrespective of our going out, we still need to come back home. And if the home is not well made, coming back home might be very difficult. For us, there won't be desire for us to come back home. We are meant to exert all our strength on what can bring normalcy on our pattern of life, on what can make our home a place where we can count to be home, and where our friends and foreigners can have the desire to live in. We need people to come in as well, just same way we are trying to move out. The essence of our intention to move out is as a result of not having what we need to do to be done alright at home. And once again, I'm Tope Adeniji, and I'm an economist, a planner, I'm a political scientist, I'm a realist, a musicologist, an author, a consultant. And yet, I still deal with various other things. And the topic I want to quickly look at today, how and what to do to save our world. How and what to do to save Nigeria. Nigeria is our Jerusalem, is our home. We have no other place other than this Nigeria. And we need to save this country. We must not manage what kills us one after the other. We must be able to be united to forge ahead. How and what to do to save our world. The poor must breathe. The poor must breathe. We are advantaged. Most of us are advantaged to have the capacity to live above the pains at the moment. But we have conglomeration of individuals that are dying. We have a lot of people in the hospital at the moment, unable to pay their bills. People have not eaten for the past a week, and yet we have increments in fuel, which has translated to increment in all aspects of life. The poor must breathe. How and what to do to save our world, Nigeria? The poor must breathe. Our constitution must be adequately respected and followed. We toy with our constitution. We change the constitution to the direction that is beneficial to us often. We must ensure that our constitution is not bending or bent for anyone. The constitution must be respected. It must be the basis for the foundation of the nation. It must not be a respecter to anyone. All of us are meant to operate under the provision of law and order of Nigeria, inclusive of anyone irrespective of the status. The Constitution must be respected and must be followed adequately. How and what to do to save our world, Nigeria. The poor must breathe. Those who stole the subsidy money must be arrested, and those money must be retrieved back from them. We must trace them. The subsidy for more than 10 years or thereabouts that were not paid but they were used must be retrieved back and must be returned back into the economy. The 4 trillions, no, 3 trillions and series of trillions you have paid for the ghosts. Those ghosts, we need them to be arrested. And the money with them must be taken back without having a single penny in their pockets. Those stolen subsidy must be returned back, must be traced and returned back. The judiciary should let us know on time their position to the February 2023 presidential election. Let us know on time what your view is as regards it. To know the precedents you want to set, to know what and what, to know how to go about the governance. So the judiciary, you are charged with the responsibility to allow the citizens to know the bearing the nation should take. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. You have been giving judges. You have been setting people, as in you've been sentencing people to the prison, to be hanged, and a lot of things are taking place on your desk. I don't know why this one, as in the tribunal, as in, I wouldn't know the reason why the issue of presidential, as in election, should be so turgid, cumbersome for you to resolve. These are the things that are taking us back. If you are not, as in what's enough to be the judge, please move away from that place. Let another judge step into the action to take decisive action on what should be the position of law as regards February 2023 presidential election. The masses should not be punished for what they do not know about, but can be affected. Let the fuel price be returned back to 185, which was exclusive of subsidy initially. You cannot kill the masses. You cannot kill the masses. The downtraders are there. You cannot kill them. We shouldn't kill them. We must revert that price to 185. That 185 was exclusive of subsidy beforehand. So what I'm saying invariably is that you have not been paying subsidy beforehand. So I wouldn't know the reason why somebody should wake up again in the morning to say they want to remove subsidy and the price of fuel got to 612. It must be returned back. The poor must breathe. The poor must breathe. The essence of our exposure, of our education is not significant. It's insignificant without being able to think aright and to consider the masses, the downtrodden, the less privileged. Let that price be returned back to 185. Indigenous talents, initiatives, productions, and services should be allowed and permitted. We are not supposed to consume what we cannot produce. Let people be engaged. Let people be developed. Use people. We have a lot of people we have a lot of technocrats. We have a lot of people with handiwork. Let them be engaged. Let them be engaged. Let us produce what we need to produce. no, in a local way and start using those local things the way they are without working or probably producing these things. They can never be professional. You see, all these foreign current countries started in a day. We need to start now. We need not to deceive ourselves. The indigenous talents, initiatives, productions and services should be allowed and permitted. Let us stop eating or probably consuming things we cannot produce. Those are the things that are inflicting us with pains. We need to look out for where we have economic importance, economic advantage over every other country, and at the same time to tactically engage in those aspects to be able to control the market, the world market. We cannot continue importing goods and services. We cannot continue importing everything consumable, and yet we think of moving ahead. It is irrational. Let the indigenous concepts, let them work. Let them work. Let them work for us. We are enough. We have a lot of talent, hidden talents. Let them come out, experiment what they have. I'm very sure it will not last us for more than few years before we get it right. Our pain is in not being able to see ourselves rightly and to cherish what we have. We need to understand ourselves, and we must be able to build ourselves the way in our capacity. We cannot continue depending on the foreign country and think of moving ahead or having advancement. Indigenous talent, initiative, production, and services should be allowed and permitted. The point is this: most of our leaders, they don't have what it entails. They don't have anything to display as value. That is the reason why they are killing all these values in the citizens. We need technocrats. We need people that are exposed to knowledge in diversified manner. People that can manage people. If you cannot manage yourself, you cannot manage people with talent. That's what we are saying. We must go into full agriculture, mechanized agriculture. We have whole lot of land that are yet to be cultivated. If we are measured on cultivation of land and we have food in excess, we can still export. We can export what we have in excess. A lot of nations don't have the nature of land we have. Our land is so fertile, and we don't know the reason why land should be lying fallow. We have a whole lot of land. Let us go into extensive, as in agriculture, mechanized agriculture, import tractors, import all those tools that can make agriculture to be friendly to the people. We must know how to determine the various resources and extract them for the onward local production. We have a whole lot of resources. We have gold, we have zinc, we have a lot of things are there. And the foreigners are coming in to mine them. They come in to extract them and take them away. I don't think we are serious as a nation yet. We must be able to determine what we have within and how to convert those things to valuable, as in materials. We need to encourage foreign investment and production. We need to encourage them to come in. Let them come and start, their own, as in industry, as in the nation. But they cannot come when the constitution is not well respected. When there is no light, no amenities, no social amenities, a lot of things are out at the moment. We need to encourage the foreign investment and production. By so doing, there will be more opening for our people, for the younger ones to be engaged, to be employed. And that will boost our economy. I don't know what you are thinking. I don't know what you are thinking on. No, yet you keep on telling us you have been to Harvard University, you'll be speaking English that we don't even understand. But your logics are very, 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 very appalling. You don't think straight. You only open your mouth. You only flap. The investment as in foreign investment, is needed in our society. How do you encourage them? How do you partner, with them? Let them come in. We need refineries to work. Refineries must work. If our refinery is not working, we still have problem. And how do we go about this? We have the set of individuals that are already refining, as in crude oil locally. Instead of you killing them, running after them, look at how you can set them, establish them, bring in the plants that can be used. Let them be engaged. You cannot be arrogant and yet you want to have a better economy. That is what I'm saying. People will definitely know more than you. And sincerely, most of you don't know anything. And yet you are discouraging people that know. We have some set of individuals that are refining locally at the moment. Partner with them. Look at how you can train them further on how they can refine locally. We need to encourage things indigenously. We need refineries. Those who know how to refine locally should be supported by you. Not being killed. Not being arrested. Somebody is doing something that you cannot do, you are arresting them. Somebody is doing something that it has been costing us our life, giving us a lot of headache, and yet you are not supporting them. We can't move forward that way. The poor must breathe. How and what to do to save our world and most of Nigeria. We need to save this country. We need to save this country. We need to invest on bringing the expatriates that can teach the younger ones on how to produce various things. Textile fabrics, conversion of food products, as in farm products, to various other things. Electronics, phones, computer, accessory, and etc. Anything that they are doing over there, we can engage few individuals to come in. We pay them to teach the younger ones. These are the things that our people are doing, over us. Most of the citizens are well inclined with things that the leaders don't know. And whenever they step out of the country, they become genius that they cannot be in Nigeria. Why not bring in people in to train them in a perfect order to make use of what they have in this country? Something is wrong somewhere. And sincerely, it's a psychological problem. We are putting ourselves into problem, into shame, as a result of not doing what we are supposed to do. We know what is right, but yet blindly we go against what are right. We can't continue this way. I cannot imagine fuel being sold at 612. Some people are selling it. Part of the country is selling 700. How do you want them to cope? How do you want them to exist? Now, the price of, the school fees is gone up. Everything, is gone up. Everything has gone up. We can't continue that way. We won't fold our hands to keep on looking at you, to destroy our life. This is how we had folded our hand from years past. And yet things are not in order. And we have deduced that most of you that are leading us, you don't know what it entails to lead. You don't listen. We have a lot of hands, brilliant set of individuals, in Nigeria. Most of them are not enlightened as you. They have not been to school. You need to move closely to them. Listen to them. If you don't understand their language, let them interpret it into English or to the language you can understand. To know that people are so wide in imagination, but yet you are there as leaders, doing foolishly. How long are we going to stay or probably remain in our, absurd, level of thinking and living and existence? The poor must breathe. we need to invest on bringing in the expatriate to communicate and to educate the younger one. Salary and the bonuses of the politicians must be slashed and reduced to at least 50%. We are talking of we don't have money, and some people are still increasing their money. You are receiving excessively beforehand, and yet you are still adding more to it. Receiving bonuses that is so exorbitant, and yet you are still planning yourself, into the budget of Nigeria to receive allowances for furniture, for bulletproof. Something is wrong with you. I must confess to you. I don't give a damn to who you are. Something is wrong with you all. And yet somebody is seated on the Senate as Senate President, enacting such a very obnoxious, as in law, to receive 70 billion when we have a whole lot of individuals that are suffering at the moment. You need to look into what you decide on as leaders. Leaders don't do the way you do. It's a pity we have our own leaders, the selected leaders, or appointed leaders, or elected leaders that we have, not thinking right. It's a pity. And sincerely, it's a psychological issue. And I will not hesitate to tell you that it's a psychological issue. You have in excess, and yet the poor are living all around, and you are comfortable, moving up and down, promulgating various laws that are very, very irritating to the society. It's a pity. The essence of being a leader is for you to make impact at your time. You have been given the advantage, and yet this advantage is made is made to be disadvantaged as in to us. Then what has really necessitated you to be leader? That's the question. All the old leaders must be removed as their cause of hardship. I'm so sorry. New ones should give the updated view and logics towards greatness. This one should be paid 25% of what you are earning. And sincerely, you will see that at the end of the day, with the fact that they are paid 25%, they will work better than you, because you don't have anything to offer us. Anyone found with the act of embezzlement or misappropriation should be made to face the consequences of law instantly. You don't need to go and hide them in the prison. You see, other crime can be committed, and yet you are taken to prison, but not the crime to the society. We so much have believed in you as our leaders, and any leader that does what is not supposed to do must be made to face the consequence of the law by hanging. Let them start killing our leaders. By the time we kill 5 or 10 leaders, I'm very sure other leaders will sit aright. They will know that the public fund is not meant to be embezzled. How can we entrust ourselves, our fund, our finance in your hand, and yet you disappoint us? It is not done anywhere. Without even arresting you, you are meant to arrest yourself, to hang yourself. But if you are not shameful of bad acts, bad character and traits, the law should be responsible to arrest you. We need to reason and to listen to the logical views that can lead us on as a collective people. We don't need to fight with ourselves when we see people that are talking. You see, it's a pity that the educated illiterates are much, in our midst. And that's the problem we have. Both illiterate and educated illiterate. You see, it is good for one to be literate. But when you are educated and you are illiterate, that is the problem, the highest problem. We don't need to form caucus against ourselves at the point of talking of what can lead us as a people, collective people ahead. We must reason with ourselves. This one is beyond politics. It's not about politics now. We may need not to be divided when we have any cause that can be beneficial to us collectively, or when we need to, forestall or to resolve any issue that affects everyone. And lastly, we need revolution of the mind. We need revolution of the process. We need revolution of the initiative. And we need revolution as a nation. Planning for the upcoming to have more better nature of living is not a choice. It's not a choice, but a necessity. We must be able to dissect what are good, demanding, necessary for us all, and what are bad. What is good, and what is bad is bad. We must be able to think on those things that can lead us on as a people and as a nation to move ahead. Once again, God bless Nigeria, our Jerusalem. Tope Adeniji is my name. I would like you to visit Google, search for Tope Adeniji Column Books for my first 38 books, and you can connect with me. Also, you can go through my Facebook account for various journals I've written. Thank you, and remain blessed.